afternoon, and thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. My name is Patricia Houston, and I just want to remind everybody that this Lunch and Learn is brought to you by family partners of Morris and Sussex counties. Today is joining me Amanda Gannon, and she's going to present services and resources that I'm sure a lot of you are going to benefit from. So welcome, Amanda.
Thank you. So my name is Amanda Gannon. I am a certified social worker. I work for Center for Family Services currently as a crisis intervention specialist, as well as a group facilitator for our new program, Kaleidoscope. So I'm here to present today about Kaleidoscope and what that is for the community. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to get started. Absolutely. All right, so I am going to just hide my Zoom. So if you have any questions or you need to raise your hand, just give me a moment and I'll pop back and forth, okay? No. There we go. All right, so this is my PowerPoint, just telling you guys about a little bit about what KSCOPE is, or Kaleidoscope. So I am the group facilitator for the Sussex and Morris Kaleidoscope. It is a LGBTQ plus youth group available in Sussex and Morris County. We do have Kaleidoscope in other regions, but I personally facilitate for Sussex and Morris. Okay. So one of the main reasons why we started Kaleidoscope is the lack of inclusive resources for the mental health community within the LGBTQ. So 45% of LGBTQ youth have seriously considered suicide within the past year, including more than half of transgender and non-binary youth, and 1 in 3 cisgender youth. 14% of LGBTQ youth have attempted suicide within the past year, and that includes 1 in 5 transgender and non-binary, as well as 1 in 10 of cisgender. 73% of LGBTQ plus youth have reported experiencing symptoms of anxiety, as well as 58% of the LGBTQ youth reporting experiences and symptoms of depression. 2/3 of that being transgender and non-binary youth, half of those being cisgender. These are statistics from the Trevor Project, by the way, so you can access these at any time. They're a wonderful resource. And as you can see here, the statistics that go along with some of the mental health issues that I just stated. So we have the symptoms of anxiety is in red. We have the depression, contemplation of suicide and actual attempts. So Dr. Misha Price is quoted here saying, although the data continues to show high rates of mental health and suicide risk among LGBTQ young people, it's crucial to note that these rates are widely based on the way that the LGBTQ youth are treated. That's one of the things that we wanted to address in Sussex and Morris County was the lack of resources, the lack of a sense of community and a safe place for these youth to be able to go and share their experiences, be linked with possible other resources, and have a place where they can kind of feel safe to talk about what they're going through and experiencing. Oops, went the wrong way here. Okay. So among all LGBTQ youth, 82% have wanted mental health care and only 18% didn't. 60% of the youth who did want mental health care within the past year were unable to get it. So that includes transgender, non-binary, and cisgender youth. 93% of transgender and non-binary youth said that they've worried about transgender people being denied access to gender-affirming medical care. 91% of transgender and non-binary youth have said that they've worried about transgender people being denied access to bathrooms, and 83% of transgender and non-binary youth have said that they've worried about transgender people being denied the ability to play sports. All of these things are very real. and very evident, day to day in the news. Our community is being constantly shown images from across the country of laws and things that are being implemented that really, although they're out of our current state, are affecting the youth today. They are worried that these types of things could come to our state. They're worried about how these things are going to affect them moving forward, what laws are going to be implemented and changed that could affect their access to gender affirming care, mental health care, or their ability to go out into public in a way that feels affirming to them. 36% of LGBTQ youth have reported that they have been physically threatened or harmed due to their sexual orientation or gender identity. 31% of LGBTQ youth have reported that they've been physically threatened or harmed due to their sexual orientation. 37% of transgender and non-binary youth have reported that they've been physically threatened and harmed due to their gender identity. 73% of LGBTQ youth reported that they've experienced discrimination based on their sexual orientation and gender identity at least once in their lifetime. 65% of these youth have reported that they've experienced discrimination based on their sexual orientation. And 71% of transgender and non-binary youth have reported that they've experienced discrimination based on their gender identity. So these are not just fears that they're worried might happen. These are things that are very real, that they are experiencing day to day. So what we do is we offer a group for a youth from the ages of 13 to 17 in Sussex and Morris County. We meet twice in person and we meet once virtually. So in order to fill that need for these youth, we have this program. We are engaging with the community, with the schools, with different mental health providers, with DCP&P, with a number of other organizations in the community. We are connecting with them, trying to connect with youth, and just trying to get them to participate in our program, to have a place that feels safe and inclusive and affirming. So we are a community-based Gay Straight Alliance. We are open to youth of the LGBTQ plus community as well as their allies. We offer free monthly youth-led meetings in a safe, supportive environment for the LGBTQ youth and allied teens. We gather, we socialize, organize, we engage in conversations about their experiences, about their fears, about what things have been like for them, their own personal truths, and we help them to access any resources that they might need. And I apologize, it's for ages 13 to 18. I had said 17, it is 18. So we are a community-based, youth-centric program. Our goal is to enhance the availability of services that is provided for Morris County and Sussex County youth. There is a void right now within Sussex County for the LGBTQ population, especially for youth. So we aim to fill that gap for those youth who are struggling with sexual identities and expression. Services are free and available for most youth, but most of services are out of the county as far as Sussex County residents are concerned. So we're really trying to connect those youth and have them understand that there are services that they might be able to access outside of the county, link them and their families to those appropriate resources. We offer the youth support through being led by myself. I'm, as I said, a certified social worker. So I'm there to support all of the youth. I am there for any mental health emergencies. As a crisis intervention specialist, I have the skills available to assess what might be going on and link the youth and their families with appropriate resources, should that be necessary. Our aim is to just connect them. We are primarily there for community building building friendships and network resources. We do different activities with the youth. We offer snacks and some incentives. Right now, there's a giveaway for a $50 Amazon gift card for participation. We do pizza parties. We have different like snacks, brownies, cookies, things like that. So the kids are always, able to have fun, be in a relaxing atmosphere with other people, youth and adults who are a part of the community and understand what they're going through. So how you can get your youth involved. So for providers, talk to your families about Kaleidoscope. Tell them, that what the program is all about, that it's available in person in Sussex and Morris County, as well as virtually. You can give them flyers and resource folders with our information, as well as sending emails to the family and CCing the kaleidoscope.morrissussex@centerffs.org. So that is our direct email address. When families reach out to this email address, we will then respond to them with a Google Sheet that they have to fill out with information of their participant, their preferred pronouns, what they like to be addressed as, their identity and how they address themselves. Are they transgender? Are they non-binary? Are they gay? Are they bisexual? Are they do they identify as a lesbian? So that way when they come in, we know how to address the kids. We do so in a gender affirming way and a supportive way that makes them feel comfortable and know that they are accepted for who they are. So like I said, they will connect with myself, the facilitator. We will email them back a formal intake form, which can be filled out electronically. So that will be the more background information, caregivers or emergency contact information in case there is an emergency and we need to reach out. Once the intake is filled out, the location of the meeting will be shared with the family. The KSCOPE meeting location is kept private just for the safety of the participants. It is really important that our members and family members feel safe with their youth coming to our program, knowing that the location is not public and it is not something that is just given out. As I said, we do that just for the safety of everyone involved. We do have connections with the local law enforcement in the area. So if there is any concerns or issues that might come up, they are aware of our meetings, and we can just give them a shout and they can come by at the beginning and the end of the meetings when youth are being released back to their families, just to make sure that there's never any problems that arise at any of the locations. This is for providers. So if you are a provider and you're doing a referral to Kaleidoscope, that is potentially billable work for you. So some of this is more directly for mobile response, since that is where I'm coming from. But your emails and your phone calls is billable. And then I just have a little blip here for some really cute little chameleons that show and represent some of the LGBTQ flags. All right. That is it. Oh, you're muted, Patricia.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Amanda, for the presentation. And with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the recorder and then we're gonna move to our Q&A session, and that part is not recorded. But again, I just wanna thank everybody for joining us, and to you, Amanda, for doing this presentation, and we're gonna turn off the recorder.